going on, guys? We are back in the shop today for another SDHQ built product spotlight. I brought Garrett out here because we've got a lot of technical stuff to go over and I'm just not that smart. So let's start. Today's star of the show is going to be our Billet Air Chuck Bulkhead. Garrett, tell me a little bit about what we got going on there.
So what we've gone and created is our Billet Air Chuck Bulkhead. It was something we were looking for on the market that we didn't find any solutions for. And what it does is it locates a air chuck flush mounted to any surface outside of your vehicle or even inside of your vehicle. So inside your bed, rear bumpers, underneath the vehicle. And it's just a nice clean look that gives you, again, that nice and tight flush mounted air chuck. Again, no other products that we found were on the market. So we went ahead and created that in-house. All parts for that are manufactured here in-house.
Do we have any special requirements, minimum or maximum thicknesses of material?
Nope, we've gone ahead and make sure that whether you have really thin material or you have thick material, we allow up to over an inch thickness of mounting of that bulkhead. Again, it kind of depends on your use case scenario. It's up to you to make sure that whatever you're mounting it to is strong enough to support that bulkhead in the end.
Right on, makes sense. And it looks like we brought out some accessories to go along with our bulkheads, some airline kits and some plugs. Let's start with our airline kits. Garrett, tell me what we got going on here.
So to go along with our bulkhead, we've gone ahead and created some of these universal airline kits for your vehicles. If you don't own one of those vehicles that has one of our kits already designed for you, don't worry, we've got you covered. We've gone ahead and created 7.5 foot all the way up to 35 foot airline kits in 1/4 inch as well as 3/8 tubing size. And in those kits, they feature two 90-degree fittings as well as a straight fitting and some security clips to make sure that those fittings don't come loose on you once you're off-roading.
Right on. So between these kits, depending on whether they're using a really big vehicle, a really small one, and depending on the flow they require, looks like we've got them all hooked up.
We should have them covered, yes sir.
Right on. And then over on the other side of the table, looks like we've got some blings, some Billet Air Chuck plugs. Tell me about those.
So these can be used either inside or outside of your vehicle, just to offer a little bit more dust protection as well as adding a little bit of custom flair to your vehicle. So depending on your choice of color, go ahead and select that one out. And again, you can use them inside your vehicle, outside of your vehicle. They feature a silicone dust boot in between the Billet Chuck plug and the chuck. Again, just to help keep out any extra water and dust when you're doing your off-road adventures.
Right on. Since this is a product spotlight on our Bulkhead Air Chuck, Garrett, let's deep dive that thing. Tell me about what comes in the kit. Give me some of those specs. Give me the nerdy stuff, the nitty gritty.
So you're gonna get your main bulkhead body as well as your securing nut. We've gone ahead and got an injection molded silicone boot just to continue to keep all the dust out and make sure that your chuck is free from the elements when off-roading. That boot just easily installs right over the top. Once installed, you can go back about your way, knowing that your chuck is gonna be dust-free and watertight.
Garrett, what size fitting is on the back of that?
All of the air fittings and stuff we use are going to be 1/4 inch MPT, and then from there you can adapt to whatever hose size you need, whether it's 3/8 or 1/4 inch.
Right on. Speaking of application-specific units with our bulkhead in it, we did bring two trucks out that have this system. For example, our Sequoia and our Tundra. Garrett, tell me about the Sequoia first.
So our Sequoia does have our Sequoia specific ARB compressor kit. Along with that, we've decided to add our second option of adding a bulkhead to the rear bumper. We've gone ahead and removed the rear bumper cover to give you an idea of what that would look like and show you how it works in our Sequoia specific application.
Right on. So that's one way to use this chuck. Now, if you've got a pickup truck, we've got our Tundra out here. Garrett, tell me how we did it on the Tundra.
With our Tundra, again, it's got our Tundra specific ARB compressor mount, and we've gone ahead and added our billet bulkhead to inside the bed of the vehicle, so that way you have an easy chuck outside the vehicle as well as one of our chucks mounted inside the vehicle.
Right on. Now, that is a great way to see it. Two different options. Like we said, if you don't have an application that's got a specific kit, here are just a couple of cool ways that you can use our universal systems to get a nice air chuck on your vehicle. Like always, with every SDHQ built product, we try and think of everything you can need and give you an all-encompassing product. Now, head on over to our website and get your air system dialed in today. Like always, appreciate you watching, and we'll see you in the next one.